I'm sure somebody said action and I'm standing here looking like an idiot. A bit of a warm-up. Not scare some of the crew.
All right, without further ado, let's bring out our amazing guests tonight. We got Temuera Morrison, Din Djarin, Jonny Coyne. Hello, there he is. Temuera, what's going on, brothers? Good to see you, man. Yes, sir. Been a while. All right. Let's, first of all, I'm assuming that all of you, that's Mr. Jonny Coyne, huh? The bad boy of the group.
Johnny!
First of all, how many, have you guys been to Philly before?
No.
You've never been here?
I came in a long time ago for boxing, actually.
Really?
Yeah, one of our heavyweights, David Tua, was fighting at the time, the Tua man. He fought a guy called Rahman.
Really?
But there was a guy on the undercard called Bernard Hopkins, who I got to see with my very own eyes. That's about all I saw of Philadelphia. And the other thing, me and my buddy were catching a taxi just around the town back to the hotel. And after like a few minutes, the driver's looking at me, looking at my buddy. I'm sitting in the back, he's looking at me. He just stops the taxi, asks us to get out. It's the only place it happened. I said, what? What's your problem? But anyway, let's get on with the show, Joe. Let's get on with the show. Hey, lovely to be here, Philadelphia. Booking order.
Before we start though, we gotta give a shout out to our ASL interpreter, making sure that everybody can enjoy the panels. Thank you so much for being here. Of course. Temuera, I want to start with you, sir, because Boba Fett's one of those characters that fans have built. Yeah, let's hear it for Boba Fett. Fans have built up the imagination of this character for decades. When you came back to play the character,
yes.
What was the biggest thing you wanted people to feel about Boba Fett the second time around?
What?
What was the biggest thing you wanted people to feel from Boba Fett the second time around playing?
Love.
Love.
Big loves. I'm coming back.
You came into my world.
I came into his show.
You came in with bullets flying and you saved my tuchus.
Joe, that was quite a spectacular... Sorry, I was just eating a mint. I didn't want to get up here and have bad breath. I'll be killing Johnny and my buddy over there. But anyway, even just being asked to come back in after Jango Fett in the year 2000, and we heard about this Mandalorian, my agent in LA, I kept bringing up, who the hell's this Pedro Pascal guy? What's going on there? Isn't Jango Fett, goes back to the Mandalorian, one of the OGs? Yeah, and the agent was going, yeah, it'd be interesting, all right. And anyways, things developed. We finally got the call from Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, who we love very, very much. We had a little meeting, and they kind of outlined the fact that they were going to bring back Boba Fett into the Mandalorian show. So we were thinking about it, and then all of a sudden it happened. And bro, this was just one of those life's meetings, I guess, where you sort of know it leads to these kinds of things, but I wasn't thinking about this kind of thing at that particular time. I was just buzzing, going, man, how many times do you do a movie in the year 2000 and you play Papa, and then you get asked to come back to play the clone son? So that was a buzz. So fortunately, I still had my good looks. I could still string a few words together and blow me down. I had the big meeting and they outlined everything. They said, yes, you're going to come back in the Mandalorian and all of that. And then later on I found out that we're going to do a book of Boba Fett.
Boba Fett, yes.
And man, that was especially when I'm getting a little bit older these days, Joe.
No, not at all.
I'm just starting to mature a little bit, and so to get these kinds of phone calls kind of extends my use by data a little bit. So I'm just very, very grateful to the powers to be, especially to John and Dave and George Lucas, of course, who's also been a big supporter of mine back to the Jango Fett days. So yeah, man, we're just so blessed, Joe, so blessed, and good to be here with my buddy Brendan especially, and we had a lot of fun together, and of course, maybe this is just the start of another blossom.
Is that a teaser for anything?
No.
Okay. Brendan, for you, I felt like it was such a right choice for you to be in the suit, especially being John Wayne's grandson, and the way that he's a gunslinger just makes sense to me. So, out of the course of the series, has the suit gotten more comfortable?
No. It's gotten worse. By the time I met this incredible guy, Jonny Coyne here, they'd added 22 pounds to it, and it broke my C6 and C7. So I'll be going in and having that fixed up in about a month.
What?
Yeah.
How do you have a smile on your face right now talking to me?
Hey, because you know what? If you don't have a mark from the work you didn't work hard enough.
Woo! Absolutely. Jonny, for you, your character is one of these classic Star Wars Imperial tradition characters where the villains are intelligent, they're controlled and dangerous because they know how to understand power. So what did you enjoy about stepping into that side of Star Wars, the Mandalorian world?
Well, as everybody knows, playing the villains is always the best part.
That's what I keep hearing.
Doesn't matter what suit you've got, if you're playing the villain, all eyes are on you, and they all hate you. They love to hate you, and that's the fun.
Well, Jonny, for you, how did the role come about? Did you have to audition? Because I feel like something like The Mandalorian is one of those projects that are probably kept under wraps, don't necessarily know what you're reading for or offered at the time. So how did it come for you?
It was the easiest job ever done. I just got a phone call and said we'd like you to be in it. It's very rare for me to get something like that. I've had it a few times in my career, but to get a phone call that says that they want you in the next Star Wars, I don't know what John Favreau saw in me. I still don't know what he sees in me, but he seems to like what I've got, and he gave me this wonderful opportunity.
Yeah, I think that he does such a good job with casting these characters. I feel like he knows exactly what he wants when he's bringing into each project. Brendan, for you, Din Djarin, he's such a fascinating performance because so much has to come through the presence of the posture, the movement, the stillness of the presence. Can you talk about making a masked character feel alive?
Yeah, I mean, it was probably a long time coming. I'm sure a lot of directors would prefer I was like this. In other projects I was doing that I wasn't masked. But I learned the importance of stillness, and I studied kabuki, I did stupid things like riding a motorcycle with a Boba Fett helmet, all those kind of things to prepare for this role. And what it all ended up doing was bringing me back to my roots and my grandfather. And I never thought I could follow a guy who's 6'5", 280, 250, and carry that same kind of, that was different, same that kind of presence. So I never realized it until we were doing this fast. It was like, hey, the less you do, the better it feels. And then you start to trust it, and then it radiates whatever we're trying to get from there. And I like that scene. I go into Johnny's office, and he's talking to me about this is the end for him, and it's this beautiful thing because it allows the audience to feel what they want to feel, and at the same time, Johnny gets to sit there and be that charming villain that we love. Whether it was like for me, Johnny was a James Bond villain.
Sure, yes.
And that's what it felt like.
I just needed a little pussycat or something to my back.
You had a bird. What are you talking about? You were doing this with your bird. You were a Bond villain. You were Blofeld.
Temuera, you were fortunate enough to work in 2 different eras of Star Wars with the prequels and now in The Mandalorian. So shooting the prequels compared to The Mandalorian, what was the biggest difference?
Well, I think the big difference is we went from the blue and the green shot. And then when I came back to do the book of Boba Fett, now we had these things called volume.
Volume, yeah.
Volume. And I must say, when I go to work, have a little breakfast, it's going to be a long day in the galaxy. Then I'd dress up, suit up, and I'd walk from my dressing room out down the corridor, say hello to the crew here and there, hello, kia ora, yeah. I do my little haka as a bit of a warm-up, and I'd scare some of the crew, and then I'd settle down a bit, and then you walk into the studio, and there you are, in the galaxy far away, and it's all there. You know, that junkyard, that desert. It was a long walk in that desert to Philadelphia, I might add. A long bloody walk. And I think that's the most spectacular thing. A lot more technology involved now. And you know what? They can make me handsome.
Oh, come on, now you're a handsome dude.
Yeah, man, but I swear in this new technology, man, I just look handsomer than back in the year 2000 for some reason. It must be from the place I'm from. I'm from a place called Rotorua, New Zealand.
Yes, sir.
And there we have the Polynesian spa pools. And these pools come from Mother Earth, Papa Tuanuku. And they come out of the ground bubbling away. Then you just add a few bit of town supply water to keep the temperature down. And that's where I go and soak. And just to take away all that, whatever we go through that day or that week. And it's like a medicine.
Right.
And that's my medicine, the mineral pool. So anyway, back to your question, a lot more technology, brother, a lot more technology, and they made me handsomer.
I want to talk about the volume real quick, because the volume, for a lot of folks that don't know, obviously, it's a very immersive thing. I've been on...
Immersive, that's the word I was thinking of. You're right in there, brother.
You're right in there. I was lucky enough to visit one of the Mandalorian Grogu set, actually, where they shot some of it on the volume. And I actually got to go into the Razor Crest for one of the days. But I was very impressed with what I saw, so I felt like I was there. There. So can you talk about working on the volume, how it immerses you into the world, it makes you, and it enhances the performance of it?
I mean, it's the difference between imagine you guys were here and us trying to find it together. Oh, which group are you going to look at that we've imagined versus you actually being there. I watched Luke Skywalker's X-Wing go right by to come save me and the kid at the end of season 2, right? And we all looked at it and we could all see it. And that's not usually the case. Usually you got to figure out, hey, where's your eye line? And I'm in a helmet. So they're like, what's your eye line? Like, how do I stay with you? And what it does is it gives us the advantage to stay together, be in the moment, and not worry about technical issues like that. It allows us to be in context at all times. So it's incredible, I think. I know that some people have gone, the haters are gonna hate, but like at the end of the day, it's enhanced everything I've done.
I remember when I first put that helmet on, and it was Jango Fett. I'm all dressed up, ready to go, and it was one of those big fight scenes with Obi-Wan there. And I had to walk across the stage like this, shooting my guns off. Even the guns were my fingers, I was just pretending. And now I've got the helmet on, right? And I'm going, man, I can't see anything. And I'm going like this, where is everybody? Just to myself. And then all of a sudden, I'm a bit deaf anyway. And now I can't hear anything. So I'm standing there getting ready. And I'm thinking, I'm sure somebody said action and I'm standing here looking like an idiot. So I better walk. But I just moved anyway. Boom, boom, boom. And I didn't see the edge of the blooming stage, so I fell off the stage as well. Just to add to my stunt resume. So anyway, after a while, I started having to figure this out. So that's you're quite deaf and you're quite blind, especially when you start breathing and you go. Yeah, so my wardrobe lady, Shana, who we lost recently too, bless her soul, Shana Trippett, and she managed to put a fan inside Boba Fett's helmet. And that was cool, because that would keep me cool until it started working, and then the sound guy would go, I can hear the fan. What fan? Okay, what fan? But yeah, that's what happened. It's a true story.
You just said, he was like, I don't have a fan in mind. You've been wearing that suit for a while. There's no fan in there?
Oh, they finally gave a two-time Emmy winning stuntman, Lateef Crowder to Santos. They gave him a fan, season 3. And then, seriously, you guys, I've been doing this for 7 years. At this point, we're going to do a movie. And they're like, no, now we're going to put one. I was like, no, I don't want one.
Yeah, he's too cool. So that's just
Out
cool.
of spite, I said no.
He's too cool for a fan.
You gotta suffer through it.
You guys have no idea. I came back second season, and Tam's costume was beautiful. The Night Owl's costume, they're so beautiful. They have these magnets that hold on their jetpacks. My jetpack's held on by a string. Literally just hangs off. It's amazing that you guys like the show.
Johnny, for you, out of curiosity, I know that you met with John, and you talked about the show, but how much did you actually know about the character? Because I think you said it the best, like a Bond villain. I think that's perfect as a description. So how much did you know about the character going in?
Okay, so I was originally booked to do season 3, just do one episode, and then said they're going to put me to season 4 and maybe a possible Boba Fett episode as well. And then it all went away. It all went away, and then the movie happened. And John, if you remember my 3 lines in that one episode that I did, I was a hologram. I don't remember 3 lines. They in nothing way really what the story was going to be. So John mentioned we FaceTime when I booked the job, and he just talked to me about how he sees the character, and he kind of described this guy in a Bond play, you know. So that's the information that I got. He told me the story of the underdog type place he was running, and so that's it. That's as much as I got, and we built on that with the piecemeal lines that I got, one day at a time.
Temuera, you got to play Boba Fett, Jango Fett, and then Boba Fett. Did your understanding of Boba Fett change after you played Jango Fett all those years before? You're looking at me like with this blank look.
I'm looking at you and I said, why do you ask me such a deep, deep question?
Man, we're trying to get introspective.
I just like to answer, well, like father, like son. Yes, I didn't want to think about too much of the intricacies involved. I think Boba might have a bit more chip on his shoulder. He's looking for Mace. He's got business to do with Mace Windu. Yeah, if there's anyone seen him around here, he hasn't showed up around here, has he? What about that purple lightsaber? No good, buddy, no good, Joe. Hey, didn't I see you in Hawaii?
You did see me in Hawaii, sir.
You were there, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
He actually, at the time, he told me to take my shoes off because he wanted my shoes.
That's right.
He did.
We talked about that great show that I did with Jason Momoa. Just sort of give it a plug.
That's right. Chief of War. It's absolutely incredible.
Chief of War, very nice period piece. Jason Momoa, and then I played King Keely. But I tell you, the most difficult thing was walking around in bare feet.
And imagine.
I got accountant's feet, lawyer's feet, buddy. Boba feet's very, very soft. I'm trying to say Boba Fett's feet, but I just got the Boba feet. But yeah, man, walking on those volcanic rocks, and trying to look like a king. Yeah, that's when acting, a bit of acting is required, buddy.
I'll tell you.
Feel no pain coming through your feet. These guys are right, they wear cowboy boots.
Sure.
Yeah, still wearing them.
you were a lovely man in real life, but you terrified me in that show. You were a brutal, brutal king in that show.
Thank you very much. I tried to do my brutally best.
Well, you did, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, brother. Aloha. Mahalo.
Mahalo. Brendan, for you, I feel like The Mandalorian didn't does so much for you. But what did it teach you about stillness? What did it teach you about having to move like that?
The less is more, and it's, you know, they used to say to my grandfather, talk low, talk slow, and don't talk a lot, and that's the idea with Mando is, and then the importance is to be present, and you have to be there, you have to be as interested in whatever they're going to say as can be, because it radiates, and then you can't lie. If you lie, it's so obvious. You can't lie in how you sit, you can't lie in how you know, anything you do has to have a meaning. It's like the samurai. Every movement is to kill. It's not to injure me, I'm there to kill you. And so that was kind of how I look at Mando. If I do a movement, there's a meaning. Touch my hand with my blaster unless I'm going to use it. And, you know, those are the kind of things that come up with these rules and you just kind of live with them, and then you realize they're rules that have been around for centuries. You're just adapting to whatever you're in now.
I do have a handful of fan questions that were pre-submitted that I'm going to get to right now. All right, Jordan from Binghamton asks, how do you bring emotion and personality to a character's face was hidden behind a helmet? I'm assuming that's for both of you.
Johnny, here's the thing. That's the basic thing about guys, is that we do see emotion. It's very, very subtle. You bring it in your walk, you bring it in your stance, you bring it in your tone, and certainly I don't feel I'm talking to a blank wall. I'm talking to a character, and I can sense it through the helmet, because there's a way of doing it so that you're not, that you're still alive. It's not just being still. We have questions like, does Brendan sort of just stand there and just have me speak at him? But he does all the lines. He does all the lines. So I know what I'm responding to, and he's responding. It's very subtle, and it works. So emotion and a sense is transferred.
I think for me, with some of that helmet stuff, it gets a bit. I like to sort of. Boba Fett became a little bit of a politician, or like a judge, like Judge Judy. Have you seen that show?
I've seen
I'm
Judge
sitting
Judy.
on my throne, and everyone's coming into my office, and I felt a bit like Judge Judy going, okay, well, what's the problem here? What's the problem here? I got the helmet on, and sort of I go like this sometimes, just to go. And I sort of go like this sometimes. Oh, is that right? Really, I just wanted to get my gun out and shoot everybody. Okay. What's your problem? Bang! And then after a while they would have went, maybe things are okay. Boba, or Jango, Tatooine, I'll go away. Okay, but yeah, every now and then I was trying to do the Pedro Pascal and get out of wearing the helmet. But anyway, Robert Rodriguez would keep going, no, bro, we can tell if it's not you under that helmet. Oh, yeah, really? Okay then, give me that, buddy, I'll stick it on. And you know what? I was glad I did, because it enabled me to keep him cool. You know, some stunt guy might have turned up and worn my outfit and blown it all. So I was glad that, you know, I did turn up, and anyway.
Did you just compare Boba Fett to Judge Judy?
That's what I was saying. The image of Boba Fett watching Judge Judy is now stuck in my head.
I started to feel like Judge Judy. I'm sitting in my throne a couple of times. I just get my blaster out and blast everybody.
Turn on Judy.
All right, I got another one. This one's from Kelsey from New York. She says, Brendan, how do you and Pedro collaborate to create Din Djarin together?
Here's the deal. He's a megastar, and he's a megastar for a reason. And we don't really have to do much. He's good enough to do what he does without my input. I just do what I do as well as I can, so we can all
Love it. Aloe from New York says, what is your favorite Boba Fett scene or moment?
Well, definitely working with this guy, and there was a couple of bad people up there in the sky, and I took a shot, and this guy goes, great shot, and I go, I was aiming for the other one. I thought that was pretty cool. And also episode 2 of the Book of Boba Fett, I really, really enjoyed that. The stunt boys allowed me to do a little bit of the choreography.
Oh, really?
And that scene where I go in and those bikie dudes are in there causing a little bit of trouble, you know, in the bar. And I walk in there. Actually, my shadow walks in first. And then I walk in. And I deal to them all, just like a, you know, cowboy, classic Clint Eastwood, John Wayne scene. Beat them all up, grab their motorbikes, and off I go. Back to my Tuscan people. So I enjoyed that episode 2. Plus it reminded me a lot of Peter O'Toole. What's the name? Peter O'Toole.
Lawrence of Arabia.
Lawrence of Arabia.
There we go. Shadow
Very good.
Yeah.
Lawrence of Arabia. It reminded me of Lawrence of Arabia, but it was like Boba Fett of Tatooine.
No, I want to pitch something to Disney now. I want to pitch a show of you doing DVD commentary on the Book of Boba Fett.
We're gonna pitching another idea, a musical. Yeah. Musical.
Hey, you're a great singer, by the way.
That's right. I'm a very good singer, very good. Let me give the audience a little bit of a song.
Yeah.
Because we've got a bit of time here. Too much talking. Sometimes we're going to do a bit of a song. Here's a little song from my album, TEM. It's on the usual outlets, Spotify. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. At long last, love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you.
Where were you yesterday? I just added this for the ladies.
Ladies in the house. There you go.
Great job.
Yeah, thank you.
So, well, we have like 15 minutes left, but here's the thing. I am very fortunate. I work at MovieWeb, and we get a lot of free stuff from studios. So I asked you guys backstage to come up with a trivia question about yourself. And I have a couple gifts that you can give out to them. And I'll go out to them and you know, call on them. But just come up with a trivia question about yourself. And we'll go out to them and see if they have an answer. Deal?
Okay.
You look very nervous, John.
No, I've got a question.
Okay. I got some gifts. I'll show you what they are first. I got this little Grogu from Disney. They gave this to me. And then we get these cool prints. So this is from Wish. One of these is from Element. I don't know what this is. They're Disney prints. They're very limited. I got these from the Disney studios. They were given to me as gifts. So who wants to go first? Okay.
I've got a question.
What's your trivia question? And then I'll go out there.
Question is, roughly speaking, how many buttons does a Star Wars character have?
Oh, okay. I saw
Yes,
Andy right here. No, you can come up here.
How many buttons? It's buttons.
And I'll let you choose which one she gets. I'll let you choose which one she gets. All right, go.
There are no buttons in Star Wars.
There are no buttons.
Very
All right.
good.
All right. So, Johnny, which one do you want to give her? We got Wish, we got Hoppers, and we got, what is this, what's the movie called? I don't even know what that is. It's the one with all the emotions, the cartoon. Inside Out. Thank you. All right, so you're taking that one? Okay, got it. Woo! 500 of those. Wonderful. Okay, there you go. She wanted the Grogu. All right, ready? You got a trivia question?
I do.
Okay, shoot.
Why is there a bullet missing on my bandolier?
All right, I saw your hand come up first. So come up here. Cat Bane.
No.
No.
That man ain't got shit on me.
What's your answer? Yeah?
Yes, it is.
All right. Which one do you want to give him?
Just so everybody knows it, so you know when you're at your last bullet.
All right, so I'm going to let you choose. You want Hoppers, you want Inside Out, or do you want which? All right, Inside Out, that's yours. There you go. Okay. Tim, what do you got?
I got no idea. That's the right.
You should make something
Okay,
say.
on a set when I do the book of Boba Fett, my director, producer, wonderful man, Robert Rodriguez, would come over to my house and I'd cook him a little bit of bacon and eggs. And then he would make me a drink. What would that drink be?
Anybody knows that? I'm shocked. We have a hand though. Come up here. Yeah. Mojito? Mojito? He said mojito.
Close.
Close. We got a hand up here in front. Go. Huh? Mimosa?
Close. No.
Back here? Go ahead. Black shirt right here. Here. Screwdriver.
No, but it begins with mimosa, begins with M.
My
Who
turn.
said that?
Raise your hand.
Margarita?
Yeah.
Who said that?
Margarita. Robert can make a nice
Come on up
margarita.
here.
It's in my
All right,
tie.
so which
It's
you
in
want
my
Hoppers?
tie.
Back to it.
No.
Huh? All right, wishes.
There you go. Let me hand it to you. There you go. Very good. Margarita. That's it. Good.
Okay, so we got one more. Who has another trivia question?
What famous Asian warrior did John Wayne play?
What famous Asian warrior did John Wayne play? Genghis Khan? Come here.
I have to share it.
Rip it in half.
Probably the worst movie made in Hollywood. It was Ishtar was worse, but
There you go. Good answer. Good on you. All right, I'm going to get back to these fan questions before we go. We got 10 minutes left. Ready?
Okay.
Let's see. Mike from Philly says, how's being in Star Wars changed your life?
when I got this job, the first 2 seasons, I signed a contract every day in order to have a job. Like they could have fired me the night before and I didn't have a job. So I also bartended for the first 2 seasons on the weekends. So I worked 7 days a week. I had a kid who had just gone to college. And in order to get to that college, I had to borrow money from my sister. So for me, it was an absolute life changer. I was able to afford my kids' college and nobody had to go run.
That's amazing.
It's a big fantastic product, as I said earlier. It's extended my use by date, and we get to meet intimately some of the people that matters. All these people here, for example. Thank you very, very much for all of our support. And without the people, our fans, where would we be, brother? Where would we be? So again, thank you.
Comedian from Baltimore asks, how much of the action do you perform yourself versus stunt doubles?
Can I just say I do my own stuff? I had one stunt and I did it.
And he did do it.
Literally, it's 100%.
Yeah, and they
What was it, stuff?
I died handcuffed, no less. Died into the speeder.
And they got mad at me. They were like, stop throwing me in the speeder. I'm like, I'm not doing anything. I'm just using my hands, just going with them. I swear, they didn't believe me. I was like, tell Johnny to stop it.
Yeah, I want to say big ups to all the stunties, without them, because we got to do things over and over again, and we might be required again tomorrow, so that's why they bring the stunties in. I try and do a little bit, but then I appreciate the work they do. They're the specialists, so I'm good at the close-up. The stunties are good for all the other stuff, and they really do a fantastic job, and they make us look real, real good. I don't think they get enough acknowledgement. Some of them get hurt.
You're right. Listen, I'm happy that there's an Oscar now for best stunt. I felt like, how is this not in a category?
Yeah, some of them get hurt, so I just want to do a big ups to them, to all the stunties.
Maybe you don't know this, but the Mandalorian, they started the first individual stuntman award while we were doing that. And the person who won the first 2 of those Latif's crowd. So, I mean, let's be real. Now we got this movie coming out in the first year that they have an Academy Award stunt. Here's to Latif getting that. To answer the question, how much do I do? In the first season, I did plenty. And as we've evolved Mando and his movements, because he was super Western season 1, and as we've gone on, we've even added, and it was an incredible watershed moment for my buddy Latif to have in the script, Mando, capoeira style, takes out, and then we have the final battles in season 3, and it was incredible. But that's, we really have to understand. I know Tom Cruise is out there, and most people aren't like him. Let's be real. Those things that make you guys get up out of your seat in these moments are driven by incredible storytellers who have an incredible craft, and they'll call them stuntmen and stuntwomen. All right, so I give all credit to them.
No, but I just wanted to say a quick thank you to everybody once again. I've actually got to jump on an aeroplane. I'm off to Denver. I'm going to leave you here, brother. Go on that. I'm going to do a double dipping or whatever you call it. You call it that over here, double dipping or something like that. Yeah, I'm going to Denver just for the day, just for a Sunday. So I hear there's what state is that? Is that Colorado, right?
Yes, sir.
I heard there's a place called Morrison down there, so I might see it as I'm flying into Denver. Anyway.
Next question is from Britt from Washington. She asks, how long does it take to get in full costume? To get into the full costume?
Johnny, how long did it take you to put your costume on?
Well, I think they're cool. But I mean, it's very quick to pair of pants and some sort of vest.
You're still dressing you right before the scene all the time. So how long does it take you, Johnny?
I'd say my costume no longer than, there is no buttons, by the way. There are also no zippers in the Star Wars
I
outfit.
got one put in. I got a zipper put in my pants to see for emergencies.
You got a fan, you got a zipper.
That's the hardest thing.
You're not allowed to see zippers or the buttons, that's the thing. I mean, you do need glasses of some sort, right? They're not allowed to see. So, yeah, it takes about 5 minutes.
Yeah, it wasn't take too long to.
It depends on who's asking. If production's asking, it takes 20 minutes. But in reality, it takes us 7 minutes to get me into that costume.
Oh, really?
7 minutes. Yeah, I remember I had a buddy, Omar, used to help me. Like Omar, he was just great. So
Omar,
put my boots on from the bottom, work our way up. But we got our time down. It's taking it off is the longest. It takes longer to take off. But anyway, I think it was about 6 minutes.
Oh, no. No, his probably was because he probably had an easier suit.
Libby from Millville asks, what is your favorite episode of The Mandalorian?
None of them.
None of them.
What about Boba drops in?
Yeah, that's right. What episode was it? I can't remember.
Well,
That was my favorite episode. What about that episode that Mandalorian turned up in the book of Boba Fett?
Wait, Mando was in Boba Fett?
He took over the whole episode. You owe me.
I didn't know.
What, you just gave me Mandalorian's fault.
Mine's the same way. He came in.
This is the way.
Wait, Brennan, you have an episode just to watch as a fan?
I would say this. I have moments that I love. One of my favorite personal reasons I love it is because I literally came back from dead to film The Jedi and Ahsoka was born, or born into live action. I'd been in the hospital for 40 days. So they had moved it so that I could do that episode of all the things they were going to shoot. So for me, that episode holds a tremendous emotional value for me.
That's amazing. Dom from Philly asks, if your character could team up for a mission, if your characters could team up for a mission, what would that mission be?
Kill Thrawn.
Kill Thrawn.
Not arrest him, not capture him. We are on the kill mode. We don't do anything nice and soft.
Yeah, I have a question for you. So, Mandalorian Mandalorian Grogu did really well at the box office, made $100 million its opening weekend, which is great for movie.
Thank you to you guys.
Have there been any discussions on a future film or television series at all?
I mean, we already know John wrote season 4.
Yeah?
And we also know, maybe only I do, but that there is definitely a place in the world for more of us. And
Can you talk to your people?
yeah,
Talk to your people.
I do.
We want more Boba.
I think the audience have given us the permission to proceed. I don't know if it's going to be on the small screen or the big screen. I guess it's big screen, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it was such a good fun. All right, so Yasir from Harrisburg asks, if you could appear in any other Star Wars era series, which would it be? Any other era of Star Wars series, which would it be?
Darth Maul.
All right, good answer.
And Maul. Come on. Let's go.
I love it. You too, Darth Maul? Okay, Johnny, do you have one? The OG stuff. Which one?
Original.
Love it.
Can never go back.
All right, this is the last question from Hillary from Columbus. Ask Temuera, what was the most physically demanding scene you've ever filmed? I guess it doesn't have to be.
Oh, riding that rancor.
Yeah?
Riding the rancor. Very physical. Very physical for my stunt double. Yes. And eating lunch while he was doing all the work. That was pretty physical. Yes. Very good. But I want to ask Brendan. There's this thing in boxing. It's called the Philly shell. It's a defensive kind of thing that they do.
If I was good at that,
Philly shell.
if I was good at that, I wouldn't have this nose.
Okay, very good. He's a pretty good boxer, this guy, by the way, so I always ask for a few tips every time I see him. But you know what I'm talking about, right? The Philly shell.
Exactly.
Mayweather was it. I'm wondering how to break that defense.
Their defense is unreal.
Okay.
Unreal. Here you go. You know, they never get hit clean. It's always shy. You can't get it right
I gotta
on.
break that defense.
They'll eat
Any
a bunch of
tips?
jabs.
Any tips? Maybe just run.
Oh, wow, look at
As soon
this.
as I see the Philly shell, I'm just running. Maybe that might work.
Well, look, you guys have been tremendous. Thank you guys for joining us here.
Is that us?
That's it.
We love more.
Just warming up. Thank everybody once again. Thanks for joining us.
You're gonna probably take a picture. No.